we first met at Schumacher College in 2001. And I would love to take this opportunity for you to say a little bit about, you've had a relationship with Schumacher since the beginning, and why do you think, because in those days that was the only place you taught regularly.
Yes.
And could you say a little bit more about what you so appreciate about the college?
Yeah, first let me say that it is true that systems thinking and the ecological values, the values of deep ecology, which are essentially spiritual values, all that is not in the mainstream. However, it is very broadly embraced in the global civil society, which is very powerful. And it has hundreds and hundreds of NGOs with their research institutes and centers of learning, where this thinking is developed and practiced. And Schumacher College, for the last, 30, 40 years has been at the forefront. It is a very unique center of transformative learning where you not only absorb ideas and information, but where you're really transformed in your very nature. They discuss things in the lectures in the morning, and then they talk while they're cutting vegetables, they talk while they're preparing rooms for special events, and they end up late at night, talking in the bar, tasting Scottish single malt whiskey.
The Edge of Chaos.
Yes.
The name of the bar.
and so this creates a very strong sense of community.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a testimony for it, because being there for 18 months in between 2001 and 2003 really did exactly what you just described. But now these days, because we're such a globally interconnected human community around the planet, online learning is something that, while at the beginning we might have looked at it not as ideal and not as powerful as face-to-face learning, we've realized it can do wonderful things. And you yourself have set up a wonderful online course that I've also had the pleasure now to take twice already, the Fritjof Capra course. Not only has it been a very well-received course, you have grown it into a community of global graduates from that course. And I find that really interesting. Can you tell a little bit about that story?
So the subject of my course, which is called, officially, the systems view of life, but for PR purposes, Capra course, because that's easy to remember. And it has a website, capracourse.net. And so it is based on the textbook that I wrote with Luigi, the 4 dimensions of the systems view of life, integrating the biological, the cognitive, the social, and the ecological. And it consists of 12 pre-recorded lectures of about 40 minutes. And they were recorded for some reason in Brazil, in the home of an architect, a beautiful living room with a very small group of participants. And I can tell you that this is really modeled after Schumacher College, because when you see people sitting on the floor and on couches in this sort of intimate environment, discussing things, that's what I've done with people at Schumacher College for 20 years. And so I modeled my lectures after that. And in addition to the lectures, there's a discussion forum, an online discussion forum, where people post comments and questions, and I participate in that during the whole course. So for 12 weeks, 1 lecture a week, I'm there every day for about half an hour to an hour, answering questions. So as you mentioned, the course has now run for 4 years. We have 1,300 more or less alumni around the world in almost, I think, in 70 countries now on all continents. So like at Schumacher College, it's this multicultural, global community. And we have so many alumni now that we have alumni meetings on Zoom, like you and I have right now, but also face to face, because whenever I travel somewhere, I meet alumni, whether I go to Italy or to Austria or to London or to Sweden. I have alumni meetings, and I don't need to be there. They have alumni meetings in Rio de Janeiro and in Buenos Aires and various places around the world. So I'm really realizing my dream here to grow a global community, a global network of systemic thinkers and activists. And it's very fulfilling to me.